Hello, everyone. Welcome to our mini lecture series 8 on the IDDA program. My name is Malcolm. I'm one of the creative arts teacher in the Open University of Hong Kong. And today I'll be talking about a filming concept called Mise-en-Scene. So the entire IDDA program is mainly about arts, design, and technology through three main components: is image design, visual design studies, and digital arts. You can check out our program or more mini-series through our social media websites as well as our official website through OUHK. So what is Mise-en-Scene? Well, Mise-en-Scene is the complete opposite of montage. However, both filming concept can also be combined in one film. For example, Steven Spielberg, one of the great directors in America, would use both styles in all of his films if it was to show audience through different perspective, through different scenes. In a montage way of filming, it would be establishing the location through a wide shot or extreme wide shot, and then medium shots to show the character, to introduce the character, and then through close-ups or extreme close-up to show where and what the person is doing. So that is the montage way of filming. Quite the opposite, mise-en-scene would be if it was to establish a location and the person, it was used by one scene, one shot, wide shot showing everything, tracking the person through a different perspective while uncut, allowing the picture to speak by itself through visual storytelling. One of the good examples that I have right now is these two films. Left side, we've got Up, the animation film, and the right hand side, Blade Runner, the newest one. So you can see on the left hand side, Pixar uses different shots, different jump cuts to tell you different scenes they are in or different time period they're in, combined in one. Not only it saves time, but it also establishes and tells the story. Whereas Blade Runner, you can see it slows, track, wide shot, pan down, pan in, tells you the aesthetic way visually. Both ways are completely different way of filming. However, both has its own unique style, which depending on character, depending on the director, what the director wants the audience to show. In Mise-en-Scene, it's mainly about showing the audience, letting the audience think and feel. Whereas montage way of filming, it's to show scenes and show the shots that you want the audience to see. So think of Mise-en-Scene as a open opera or a theater work. You can see through, and as an audience, you can see the entire set built in front of you. Light, costume, makeup, everything is within one scene. Okay, through different lighting on different costume color, you will see the differences between these different characters, which one is the most important one, which one is the least important one. You can see through different colors and lighting, whereas the design and composition is very unique compared to theater. If you bring the entire concept of theater work into the film, you see through the film, it uses pan motions to make it less boring and also maybe a bit background visually to show you different scenes and different styles in a Mise-en-Scene way of filming. Later on, I'll be discussing more on the stylish way. So another film to show you is the Citizens Kane. As you can see, it starts off with a kid and then jump cut to the location to show you where this location is currently established, the weather, okay? And then it brings in two characters, okay? To show you there are two characters coming in. The location inside the interior shot brings in third person while he tracks. You see the main person which is in control of the environment right now would be the female. And then the leasing control would be at the far end, which is the gentleman over there on the left-hand side. In this scene, through physical and body language, you can see different in-depth aspect. Background, you can see the kid always moving to show the lead, to make the scene less boring. You can see what the location is set in right now. You can see the female right now is in what kind of emotion, what kind of mood. the gentleman on the left-hand side, by holding the fist, the physical body language, you can see how mad he is. So this is how Mise-en-Scene would be filming. If this Citizen Kane movie was filmed in a montage way, you would be seeing cuts of the character outside, and then cut on the location, and then different person. You were using medium to wide shot to explain different scenes. So in a normal way, let's put it this way: if you were to open a door through a montage way of showing it, you would be wide shot showing the person who's opening the door, obviously, and then close up on the opening of the door, and then set the camera inside inside the room, and then allowing the person to open the door to show you the movement, the flow. 3 different cuts, 4 different cuts. But if this was filmed through a Mise-en-Scene style, you'll be tracking the person opening the door, following him from the back, and tracking him all the way down instead of different cuts. Another way of showing it is if you were to watch a scary movie. Obviously, the scary movie genre, the horror movie genre, is mainly about the element of surprise. So a lot of horror movies is mainly based on montage, not Mise-en-Scene. Take a look at this scene. Match the on action. The lady closes the door, locks the door with extreme close-up, and then maybe on the next shot, you'll be showing a extreme close-up of the face and the facial reaction. This allows the audience to get involved with what the scene is feeling and what the character is feeling inside the film. Whereas if this was to film through a Mise-en-Scene way of filming, it would be a wide set on tripod and allowing the picture to speak by itself through a wide shot. So here are some examples of how Mise-en-Scenes are dressed in terms of a scene, and which person is important through different colors and aspect and in its visual telling story way. If I were to analyze this film, you can see Mise-en-Scenes not only uses different person, it allows all the characters in one scene, and then dress the entire scene through different components. You can see from the first one, light is very important. You can see different light here, show the lighting and background and foreground. And then if I were to know who is the main person, we can see here, main person, they will put it in the middle. And you see Ryan Gosling right now is wearing a black and white. The other person is wearing a black shirt as well. However, this main person here is completely wearing the opposite color and different pattern scene to show you to allow the audience to show you how important this person is, how different this person is. Usually Mise-en-Scene tends to do different colors and different stylish to determine which person they want you to focus, the audience to focus more to. If, for example, if it's a scene of a bunch of people walking in the side road, if the director wants the person to be caught attention more, all the people will be wearing black, and that particular person will be wearing white. That's how the opposite color works in the Mise-en-Scene. And also the color component and the elements in a Mise-en-Scene filming way. As you can see, okay, red color, and then yellow sort of orange colorway, right? And then compared to the flower, red. Background here, 2 flowers here, red. Yellow, 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 yellow. And also, not to mention, hair, face, hair, red, face, yellow. So it's really about how unique and the style you build the scene. Usually everything within Mise-en-Scene is taken into consideration, even sound, which I'll be talking about this in a minute. If I were to frame this through a rule of third, how we learned it from photography and also in filming, composition of the film is also important in Mise-en-Scene. If the person is important, I will put it in the center, and also through rule of third. So if I were to make this into a 3 rule of third. As you can see here, person most important is in the middle with a complete accurate framing and composition of the entire place. And then the main person here, second, and then third. Even to show you just a little hint of element, which person is more important, you can see through here, it includes 2 more completely different lighting just to show you how important that person is by using a completely off color element here. And also, if I were just to frame this person out, okay, you can see a flowers behind, to show you the aspect, the importance of the person, just to show you just a little hint and a little push unintentionally. Another scene which I love and I adore is the Grand Budapest. And you can see here two main characters, right? The color combination between the entire aesthetics of this scene right here is, let's see together, red or pink, blue, 2 colors, okay? 2 colors. So you can say this color here is red as well, but completely different red, but you can see the combinations. It's almost through 2 different colors, ratio, contrast. And then through there, you can see the male is wearing blue and the female is wearing red, the opposite color, okay? And then to show you the difference, you can see on the screen, it uses a shape, sort of like a heart shape, just to give it like a little bit of a hint, of a sense of this sort of filming. Just give you a little kick. So Mise-en-Scene, mainly it's about unedited scene, let the image speak for itself, uninterrupted shots, so you don't go back and forth, different angles, different A/B cameras. No, let the recording go. Let the audience see what the characters are doing. Allow the pictures to speak itself. However, sound and background music is also another element of Mise-en-Scene. Generally, you have to think about all of these in one shot. Everything has to be shown in one shot. Mise-en-Scene is the element of style form seeks to create, okay? It visually tells you different aspects, different things in one scene to allow the audience to think and consider by themselves. Montage is to let the audience know what the scenes are going. Completely different, okay? Think about costume, different color, different aesthetics, tells you importance of different people and the hierarchy. If you were to dress in suits in the 80s, you'll see that it's a upper class person, whereas in a scene of Mise-en-Scene where you see a kid wearing a costume, clothes that are broken and ripped, and you can see the class of that poor kid. Through lighting, you can also see what the light is currently on and see who the person is, mainly with lights, to show you if the camera wants you as an audience to see that person. It also tells you where the light is, mainly to show you what to focus, and also props. If you were to show a person smoking a cigarette to compare a person smoking a cigar, completely different class. Cigars are more for the upper class, and cigars is more from the industry people, like the workers. Okay. Also colors. If you would use red can also it also means different meanings. I mean, it could be love, and it could also be hate, or there's crime coming, danger. Okay. So think of this: lighting, performance of the actor, framing of the composition, how you style it, props that you use, setting in the environment, the color and costume, all elements is one shot, and that is Mise-en-Scene. Not because if you add two styles, like for example, if you add lighting and performance, and you can call it Mise-en-Scene, that's not how it works, okay? That's not how it works. You have to use all of these elements in the takes during the filming. That is Mise-en-Scene. If you think about film settings, landscape, environment, spectacles, minor to details, everything is Mise-en-Scene. If you think about Harry Potter, how they open, the first series, The Philosopher's Stone, how they open the doors and then you can see everything through a wide shot, right? If you think about this to film through a montage way of filming, you open the door and then you close up on different people, or you put a track to track each person through the tables. However, no, Harry Potter uses a montage as an opening. Open the doors, pans in, okay, or tracks in to show you everything. Okay, color elements are also the same. You see white color, black color, and brown color as the main element. And the bottom one, which is it's about the movie Hugo. It's a great film, and as you can see here, this film uses three main colors: blue, or you can say greenish blue, white, okay, and also brown. Okay, brown. Three different unique colors combined to three visual aesthetics of the entire scene. Okay, as you can see, white. Their white is not really exactly white. Okay, white in interior design. There's different types of white. White blue, white red, white pink. There's different aspects of white. In this scene, it's more like of a blue white. Not bleach white. Okay. Another one is figures in film. In a mise-en-scene movie, you can see sometimes tends to get boring. So you need to add some kind of elements into it. It could be a character using different props, different things inside, or it could be animals, machines, or objects in a scene, just to show you. This is one example of a mise-en-scene filming. You can see machineries, R2D2 and C3PO, and another CPO behind. And the entire setting is through a spaceship. In order for the audience to know through a wide shot and tracking, you need to show what location they are, and therefore they show you different aspects of stuff, just to mimic how we think about spaceships through NASA's and other clips as research on how the international spaceship is. And they use that concept and put it into these figures in film and put two characters in it. In this one, Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, you see figures in film. Not only is about the person and also the aesthetics and the architecture of the entire place, to summarize what the current location is. If you can see Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit, you probably don't tend to understand it if you if you don't watch the entire series. However, through the Hobbit series, they want people to have new viewers to watch the show, and therefore they want to paint the entire establishment and every opening of different location a grand opening, just to show you, get you inside the film, inside the character's point of view, how the locations are, and how the character is currently feeling. So they paint you this kind of established works. From this scene, you can see it comes out from the balcony to see the location, see the atmosphere, right? Start off would be tracking the person waking up, coming out to the door, and then coming to the balcony. Through that entire tracking, you can see the entire setting environment of the film. But if it was on a montage way of filming, close up on the person waking up, wide shot on the person walking out, and then a wide shot of this place. Completely different. So props and costume is also important. Like I said, if you want the person or audience to see what characters are more important, you give them a specific unique color. It could be the opposite color of the entire scene. Okay, it could be some attention to details that only that character has, or that character resembles in reality what it is. So in this scene, you can see the props. Main color of this scene would be blue, light blue, red, and green. Three main aspects. However, you see the queen right now. You see the crown. It's the same thing as in reality we have crowns. So it tells you to portray that person would be the queen in this scene. and the way how she dressed would be mimicking on how Queen Victoria back in the day, including the makeup of the white color mimics of Queen Victoria, and the current situation. Who is the boss in the scene? Okay, the way the posture, the way she stands, it tells you everything you need to know through one scene. Even though it was less movement, different montage, it shows you in through the scene that she's bigger and the Alice is least important through the scene. Okay. Another thing is clothing and costume. You can see the entire scene is mainly by white color or red color. It's red color, brown color, and yellow color as the main theme color. But however, in order for this film to catch the audience excitement and audience point of view, it uses a reverse color, okay? Blue color as the jewel, as the dime, to let you know how big, this jewel is, how important this element is. If it was to remove the necklace on this element through the scene, the entire scene would not, understand, would not relate. So it shows you the importance in order to continue the film. Okay, if this was a red color dime or gem, it would not be as important. Just think about it. If this entire place right now, main three colors, yellow, red, and brown, okay, these three elements is already far too much within this Mise-en-Scene style. And if you put another gem, which is red, okay, it doesn't work. If you put yellow, it doesn't work as well. It doesn't give you that pop, that excitement, okay? However, another color you can use is purple, because it's also another range of color that completely off the color theme, okay? Color theme. So Hong Kong, we also uses it as well in our art styles, art films. Okay, these two are the most famous ones, and through lighting, you can see different aspects of Mise-en-Scene as well. Okay, you can see here, and the first picture on the top corner, you can see they're in the bus or in the car, in the transportation, and through the motion of the car, you can see different lights behind. Okay, even though the scene is just two-person driving the whole way for like 3-4 minutes, completely it's just them. In order for the scene to speak more, to have some movement, it allows some lights, street lights to move. And because they want to set the atmosphere of the two-person, they put a light underneath their chair to show them some visual, some color on the face, to show some shading on the face. Okay, and then through the front of the car, they put another light. Okay, put another light just to show you that they're in the car. Okay, they can use different lights: hard light, soft light, key light, field light. Basic concepts of what different lights are, but they use it in a very natural way. Okay, they don't use really artificial light to just show to make it pop, but they use this a natural way of storytelling. Okay, because if it's an artificial way of saying or speaking, it will be completely off. It will be completely off. So they want to tend to be as natural as possible. Okay. Shadows, another element in Mise-en-Scene as well. It attaches the object, it attaches the cast. It's something that they know from the beginning. If you were to light the entire set through Mise-en-Scenes, you will get shadowing. You will get a lot of shadows on the floor. What Mise-en-Scene realized that is they know from the start and they take the use of it. They make use of it. Okay, as you can see on this scene right now, they put big lights from behind to show two-person, okay, two characters in the film. Okay, they show you this small object on the left-hand side to indicate that it's in a construction site, and then they use a high smoke, lots of smoke, to just block the lights from behind. Okay, to show you the element of surprise of the main characters. You don't know who they are yet, but they don't show you the face until it's the last minute to show you that element of surprise. Okay, shadows, lots of shadows in the scene. Okay, as you can see on the first image on the left hand bottom side, that scene there already established a lot of stuff. For example, location. You're in a castle type of home in the 18th century. From the aesthetics of the building, architecture of the building, You can see through lighting, you see small lights, soft lights from the background to direct your eyes, your precisions into the paintings. You can see different paintings, which is famous obviously, and also the character itself to show you what the scene is, what the location is, what the character's in through one scene and different lighting. Second, in the middle one shows you the concept of horror movie scariness, through a artificial light shining up, you can see a shadow and the person, half of the face, okay, half of the face holding a candle, okay. And the top one would be again my favorite movie, The Grand Budapest, to show you the person in shadow, what the person is. You can see these two other films uh, mainly shadows the person that they want the audience to see. However, this one is quite the opposite. Okay, they want to show the audience the ones that they don't they put shadow the most. So the main character here coming in will be from the shadow coming out. As you can see through that, you can also see the environment, the style of the windows and the curtains, and also the rails indicates different centuries, okay, in that certain time period. You can see the weather as well through that location. So another one is extreme. You can also use artificial lights to indicate one scene and the atmosphere as well. You can see here in this film, the lights, hard light, will be shined through the small windows to indicate the powerness of the two components, two characters, okay, in one scene. Okay, mainly is if you were to film a Mise-en-Scene's filming, you can see the background will be lighted with different shadowlines, and then one shadow will be hitting through the main person and the shadow from the back to show you the aesthetics of walking in. Okay, and then they will put some water sometimes to put on the rocks and on the ground, just to give it some element that reflects. If you put lighting directly to a unwatered floor, it usually doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't pop the light back as much. But if you sprinkle some water on the floor, it will show you, it will reflect it reflect more. So therefore, in this scene, they would use some water on the floor just to give it some element. Okay. And like I said before, color is also very important in one scene. Okay, in a mise-en-scene's way. One way of thinking is if you use red versus green. Green is more like environment. If you put a filter on it, environment, lovely, social nature, acceptance, that kind of color. So if you use red would be danger, romance, violence, vintage, passion. Okay, so through different color, you can put it in different locations, or whether different costumes, different atmosphere in terms of filter, what you put in front of the camera to film it with, or post production, add some color in to give it more like a pop element. Okay, perspective relations as well, size, depth, cues, dimensions, linear perspective, all is also part of the mise-en-scene's filming as well. From this angle, you can see one person standing in front, and the entire scene, they're looking through the behind of the person of what the environment is. Okay, element of this place would be light brown, green, and gray. Okay, three main elements. And then you will see people walking through, even the foreground, keep the atmosphere movable and less boring. But if I were to film this in a montage way, I wouldn't use the person's back to film this scene. I would show the emotion of the person first, extreme close up, and then through that point of view, you would set up another wide screen, maybe jib up or jib down to show the montage, to show the location he is looking, okay, through his point of view, okay, not like this. But however, both style also works depending of different directors. Another scene here, uh, you can see the background with light, shadow, what the current situation outside is. Okay, there's a lot of cars. The elements here is white, blue, and red. Okay, different three components, and then you can see which is currently the main person. So the female and the male person standing in front, foreground, there are also people location sitting down drinking. Okay, you can see it's a pub, and then you can see it's nighttime with lights going on and the traffic behind to see the background of it. Okay, one shot. Instead of establishing different shots, different close-up to tell you where the person is, what the situation is. Okay, also last but not least, the performance of the person is also important because you'll be filming as a director a wide shot. Okay, so if this person does not know how to act, okay, it won't work. Okay, because through a mise-en-scene way of filming, it's like theater work. Every inch of your body will be shown in the film. Okay, so through a wide shot, the person's hands, physical emotion, the posture also indicates their emotion, what they're trying to express in the shot, in the scene. So mise-en-scene would be important as well to encounter performance. Okay, performance. So this is all that I'll be talking about. If you want to know more, please come join us in our IDDA program to know more about different other aspects of filming. Hope you enjoyed this video and see you guys soon. Thank you.